Hi, I'm Bill with Booming Bookkeeping Business, and I'm here today with Mara, who is one of my most successful students. Mara joined the program about 11 months ago. She has now gotten to a point where she put in notice at her full-time job and is now running her bookkeeping business full-time. So Mara, congratulations on that, and thanks for being here.
Hi, Bill. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and about your business.
So I started bookkeeping for my brother. He asked me to start learning bookkeeping because he needed somebody that he trusted. And I started taking some classes, online bookkeeping, and I was really struggling. I was working a full-time 40-hour week job. I'm a dance mom. I'm also a Cub Scout mom.
You're busy.
And trying to learn bookkeeping while doing the bookkeeping was very interesting.
So you started with no experience at all.
No experience.
And your brother said, hey, look, I need some help here. And that's what kind of kickstarted this.
Yeah, I was running an office and he was like, you can do this. He's like, I got faith in you.
So tell me how you came to find my program and me, and what made you decide to want to take that leap.
So it was a weekend day. I was exhausted from doing all the activities, trying to do the bookkeeping, trying to do the schooling. I was like, I'm going to go get some fast food, which I try not to do. And I went through line and the place was taking forever. So I started scrolling through my Facebook while I was waiting for the food, and your ad popped up. I was like, okay, let me click on this ad and see what it's about. So I got to sit there and watch for about 15 minutes. And then, of course, my food came. So I drove home, ate my dinner with my family, and I kept thinking about it. I'm like, all right, I'm going to watch the rest of this video. And so I finished watching the video. And I think it was about the next day, I emailed you. And I'm like, I see your video and I need help. I was like, is that something that you do? And you're like, yes, we can help out, definitely. So I think it was about 2 days later that I actually signed up for the program and then just hit the ground running. And it's been so helpful.
Very cool. So what about using the program and going through the program made it so effective for you?
Knowing which steps to start out with, as being a bookkeeper with no experience, doesn't have their own business, how to go about creating their business, and then the QuickBooks accountant access has really saved me a lot of hassle. Being able to go through the Facebook group and look at the questions every day that other people post and like your responses, and like, okay, I want to remember that.
A lot of people hesitate to get started because they feel like bookkeeping is this thing where you've got to be some genius or some math whiz. And that's just absolutely not the case. Not to say you're not a genius, but you don't have to be. Anybody can do it. It can be learned as long as you do two things. And you've done both of these things, which is just follow the program and reach out for help when you need it, when you have questions.
Yeah, I was fortunate to, get hooked up with your program, and I see all these other ones and I've looked at it and I'm like, that's nowhere near, worth it or the help.
Yeah, there are other programs out there and people have had success with them, and it's important for everybody to find the one that's right for them. And I really try to set mine apart by working really closely with everybody, because that's how you're going to be successful. If I just threw a bunch of stuff at you and said, good luck, that's just not going to get the job done. And I'm really highly invested in the success of everybody that works with me, which brings me to my next question. Tell us about where you're at now and how things have changed.
So today is my first day as a full-time bookkeeper, not working my 40-hour job. I work for myself now. I have several clients and I'm waiting on another one to come through, and I was able to financially be able to walk away from everything besides just to do the bookkeeping, and have more time for my family and to do the dance stuff and the Cub Scout stuff. And just have more time with the family. It's an amazing feeling.
In 11 months since starting the program, you replaced your full-time income and you're now doing bookkeeping full-time, and you're able to sit outside on a nice day. Where are you located at?
DeBerry, Florida.
Oh, okay. You're in Florida. Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, this is your first day at your, working, full-time in your bookkeeping business, and you're in a beautiful place like that. And you're able to, like you said, You can work outside, you can work from anywhere, and you're really able to spend a lot more time with your family. Tell me how that has kind of affected your family life and how things have changed for you and your family.
I got to sit down and watch a movie with the family yesterday, grill out. Um, it was really nice. And I told the kids last night, I was like, hey, we get to sleep in. We don't have to go to daycare at 6 o'clock in the morning. They got to go to school at 7:15 instead.
We just had our second child
Oh,
in January, so less than 2 months
congrats.
ago. Thank you. And so, and our oldest is 2 years old. But you get to a point where the money is great, the
Yeah.
income is great, but then the freedom becomes just as important, being there for the doctor's appointments and the activities and things like that.
And that's really important because my son, he has special needs. So there's always lots of doctor's appointments. And, you know, financially being able to make a little over double of what I was making is really nice on top of it.
Well, you didn't tell us that juicy little detail, making double what you were making prior, in 11 months, starting at ground zero. You're one of a kind. And you show what is possible. And that's why I was so excited to talk to you today, because you're someone who just said, this is what I'm going to do. And you did everything I outlined in the program because it works. This isn't rocket science. You just got to follow the program and you got to reach out to me. And you did those things. And it warms my heart to see somebody who really applied themselves, who really deserves it, achieve what they want to achieve, and probably sounds like more than you were expecting.
A lot more. Yeah, I was probably really nervous the first time I reached out email. I'm like, I don't want to post this. I was like, I feel so silly. And then I was like, well, let me send Bill an email, and I still have that email. It's like, I still refer back to it. And for my question, because it always comes into play. And I was like, okay, well, that was a lot easier than I thought. And then
You
when
know,
got the QuickBooks certification and the ProAdvisor, that was a great feeling.
at first, we all start off as strangers. In fact, I'm a stranger on the internet. Who the heck is this guy that has jumped out on my Facebook feed while I'm waiting in line for food? But I am a regular guy, and I really do care. And probably what I said in that email, I don't remember specifically, but I probably said something like, if you said, hey, I feel silly, or I'm afraid to post this, I probably said something like, there is no dumb question. There is, like, do not hesitate to reach out. I encourage everybody, because if you're feeling that way, we have a lot of people that start with very little experience. Some people are have a lot of experience, and they just want to know how to get more clients. But if you're having those questions, other people do as well. Tell me what you would say to someone who's thinking about starting a bookkeeping business.
Start it now. Don't wait. The time that you end up studying for it and then starting the business, it's all worth it. I spent less than a year's time, starting my business, to being able to quit my full-time job and have more time with my family. If you're hesitant, don't hesitate anymore. Just grab it.
I always say I wish I chose this path 25 years ago when I was coming out of college, but I didn't. My life took some interesting twists and turns, and that's okay. Okay, no regrets, but it is something I wish I would have jumped on top of a lot sooner, because it has changed things. I went from making no money, having no prospects for a future, to now really enjoying what I do and making a really good living doing it. And again, I was just so excited to talk to you today, because you're an example of somebody who deserves it, who put in the work and just followed the plan. And great things can happen. It's not rocket science. I'll walk you through the process, and you've done that. And I'm just so happy for you. I'm happy for your family. And I can't wait to see what's next for you. If you've already doubled in a year, the sky's the limit for you.
I'm hoping to be able to add on an employee in the next 6 to 9 months.
That is huge. I appreciate the time you took today. It was really great to talk to you. I look forward to seeing more progress, great things from you, and just keep us posted on how you're doing.
Thank you, Bill, for all your help.
Of course. You're welcome, Maura, and we'll talk to you soon.